Hello on this magical day. You know what day it is? It's December 9th. You know what day that is? It's my birthday. So I'm wearing my favorite shirt, which means I'm not wearing a bra. By the way, I found the best bras. I asked on Instagram. I did a post over the summer. I was like, what are we doing about boob sweat? So like um I have D cup skin with A cup filling. And so so we got a like hanging situation like none other. And the boob sweat got out of control. So as you guys know, I have had no symptoms of menopause. I still 2 years in, I still don't, never had a hot flash, but like my sweat changed a little, which is interesting. So particularly under the boobs. I know it's weird. I never had an issue. It feels like almost rashy. So anyway, I put out on Instagram, like, what are we doing about boob sweat? And I got recommended Mega Babe. Mega Babe, they have like a dusting. It works really well. I contacted them to see if they'd sponsor me. They don't sponsor people, but they sent me free products. So I'll shout them out. But also a lot of people talked about wool bras, and I love wool. I wear a lot of wool for hiking, but I couldn't fathom. I thought a wool bra would just be uncomfortable. So I ordered some, and they are fantastic. I wear them hiking. I don't love the styles of the underwear, but I got a couple of pairs because when you hike in the winter, you have to have wool because wool wicks the moisture away. You can't wear cotton. You'll die. You'll literally die on the mountain of hypothermia. So anyway, I just wanted to shout out wool bras because it's my birthday and I can do whatever the hell I want today. So I am a December baby. I am a middle child. So there will never be a time. I always want to be the mysterious person who doesn't have a birthday. Oh, I'm getting older. I don't have birthdays. But there will never be a time that happens. I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. Here's another interesting thing. Okay, so with birthdays, now if you think about it, when do we say a child's one? After they've completed their first year, right? So when we say, I'm turning 57, it's not, you're not really turning 57. You're turning 58. You're going into your 58th year. You completed your 57th. So that's where I'm at. So we're all just a little bit older than we think we are. And a trick I do is somewhere around September, I usually start saying, when people ask my age or I'm referencing my age, I say I'm the year coming up because this avoids sticker shock. I started doing that when, probably when I hit some big birthday, like, I don't know. The big round numbers have never hit me. It's like the 9, like 59 or 29, 39. So anyway, I just start saying I'm the next birthday because then I ease into it. And so when my birthday hits, I'm not like, oh my God, I'm 40. Oh my God, I'm 50. I'm creeping up there, guys. So anyway, I've completed my 57th year. I'm heading into my 58th year. I know somebody told me that one time and I was like, what? Because you think you're the year you say, right? Okay, so today I want to talk about guilt because I want to tell a story that I've told before, but it's been a really long time. I want to tell a story about my birthday and making Pascal sit in guilt because I think sometimes when our kids feel really guilty, we try to make it better for them, and I think guilt because they did something wrong, didn't do something. I think a healthy amount of guilt is good. Guilt makes us change our behavior. So if our kids don't really experience it to its full extent, then they're not going to change their behavior. And so I also want to say this because I think you'll all resonate as a mom on this story, and that sometimes it's important for us to really show our true feelings. Okay, so my birthday was coming up, and Pascal was of an age, I can't remember the age, but it probably somewhere around 10. He was able to navigate the computer. He could he could find things, and we lived in a 2-family. I was on the top floor. My parents were on the bottom floor. Very awesome setup. But my mom was already kind of starting a decline, and I was super helpful. Like I did stuff for them all the time. I was like their supervisor, and I had Pascal work, all the things. And so my birthday was coming up and I said, hey, I want a ukulele for my birthday and I want a good ukulele. And so my mom and Pascal were like, okay. And I said, I'm going to send you guys a link to the one I want. So I send them an Amazon link for the ukulele and the cover. And I send it to Pascal and I send it to my mom. And now what I have learned in my life, especially as a single mom, is you have to ask. You have to ask. Mother's Day, I think Mother's Day is always a thing of disappointment because we expect our spouse, we expect our kids to know and want, and we're right to expect it. We should be able to expect it. But I also know that, like, if you want your day of any day to be super happy, do not leave anything to chance. I'm just telling you right now. And if you have the spouse, if you have the kids who like surprise you and do all great things, wonderful. I love that for you. But I know there's also a lot of heartbreak and disappointment on these days, these holidays, big days, because we get disappointed. And I refuse to be disappointed when I can do something about it. I'm not going to wait for somebody to make my happiness. I'm going to put my happiness right in their lap, and I'm not going to be mad about it. Right? And this goes back to that thing I often talk about. You can't be the person who expects a hug but doesn't say it, right? So many people, and it took me years of therapy to learn this. Like, they should know I'm sad. They should know I'm upset. They should know I need a hug. No, 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 no. You say right out front what you want from somebody. Literally, even now, when I get dressed up, if I come into your house, I'm like, oh my God, don't I look cute? So that you can say, yes, absolutely. Like, I don't leave my happiness up to chance. Okay. So my birthday, and I'm like, okay, here's the link. I send the link. So my birthday comes. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I wake up and there is not only not a ukulele, there is nothing. So my mom, she was like, oh, that's right. It's your birthday. And granted, I'm a grown ass adult. So it's just that I lived in such close proximity and I do so much for them. I did so much. And then Pascal's like, oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. I started to cry. I was like, fuck off to Fucktown, you guys. Like, I do everything and you guys can't remember my birthday. So I cry. Well, but then Pascal starts to cry and I was so pissed off. And then my mom was like, I'm sorry, I forgot. And I was like, I sent you guys the link. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I was hurt. I was angry, but I was so hurt. And so I cried. I said, I'm going to get a fancy coffee. And Pascal was upset. My mom was upset. And my mom was just like, I'm just so sorry, Jamie. I'm so sorry. And Pascal just wanted me to make it okay for him. And mind you, he wasn't little. He wasn't like, I wouldn't do this to a kid who was under 5, you know what I mean? But it was time for him. And so I was just like, no, for everything I do, I just can't believe that nobody pressed the link, And so he felt bad about it all day. And then and I said, but I just need to sit with my hurt and you just need to sit with your guilt. Okay. So you don't have to try to make me feel better. I don't want you to run around making my coffee. I don't want you, kissing my ass. You don't have to do that. Okay. My feelings are hurt. I get to sit here in my hurt and I'm not going to rub this into your face. I'm not going to sit here and be like, nah, 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 but I need you to sit with your guilt. Okay. And again, we can watch something. We don't need to be up each other's ass about this, but I'm not making this better for you. Okay. My feelings are extremely hurt and you feel really bad about, and you need to sit with that. And so we did. And for the whole day, this kid, I could see he was suffering, but I was like, I'm not making this okay. I am not making this okay. Again, I do everything. I'm so spread thin, helping everybody, and I'm just going to sit with it. And so I did. And I sat with it all day. He sat with it all day. And then the next day got up fresh and I said, okay, I'm fine. I sat with my feelings and I let them pass. And I accept your apology. And he said, I sat with my guilt and I do not like that. And he has never forgotten my birthday since. I don't forget his birthday. I realize he's a child. Well, not anymore. And my mom was sincere. She said, I know you do so much for me. And it was such I don't know what happened. And so anyway, I think it's okay. And I want to tell you something as moms. Sometimes you just saying that, I'm sitting in my feeling about this. You sit in your feeling about it. And again, we don't have to rub it in. We don't have to walk around with a passive aggressive silent. I just did a resentment episode. We don't have to tally it and pretend everything's okay. It's okay. It's okay to sit in your hurt and anger. Let everybody know. Don't take it out on them. But like, hey, I need this to pass. I'm not making this okay for you. And then they can sit with their feelings, because I think as moms, we brush it over. We build resentment. We bury it. We tally it in our heads. We then, if it's your kid, you don't want your kid to feel bad. So you rush over, you try to make it better, but yeah, feel bad sometimes. Sometimes that's okay for them to sit in that feeling too. So when guilt is good, I'm here for it, because again, it builds the awareness, right? And you can look at this through a shitty lens and say, well, you guilted him in. Now, of course, he remembers your birthday. First of all, yeah, I'm okay with that. Second of all, I don't think that's the case. I think he remembers that feeling and it changed his behavior. And so he always remembers my birthday. I remind him, I remind everybody. I don't leave my birthday to chance, guys. Now, Mother's Day, I don't care so much about. Those other ones, Valentine's Day, those other in between stupid holidays, those I don't actually care. Those are Hallmark holidays. I don't make a big deal about those. If they remember, they remember. If they don't, they don't. But and even Christmas, I don't care about Christmas so much. I care about my birthday. So yeah. All right, guys. As always, rock on. Put down your phone. Bye.